What's going on, Internet? Welcome back to another episode of the Nerdlocker podcast. I'm Brandon.
I'm Patrick.
And I'm Jimmy.
And we got some stuff to talk about. First up, we're going with Defenders.
Yeah, so I just finished Defenders. It was, I don't know what you think. Did you guys finish it or not? Or
Yes.
Yeah, I'm done.
So everybody finished Defenders, so there's like spoilers and all other good shit. Overall, I didn't think it was horrible. I still think Danny Rand's a punk. And I love the fact that Luke Cage called him out on it. So I don't know if you guys saw that. But
I thought it was interesting that like for the show that I guess bombed the most, they really spent a lot of time kind of pushing him forward, and I don't know if that was like redemption or something like that, but I didn't think this sucked. I thought it was good. I thought 8 episodes was good, but I mean, I think a lot of people went in thinking it was going to be like Avengers, and it's just not going to be that way.
Yeah, when I was reading reviews on some of the larger sites, like your like Business Insider or Mashables or whatever, they were like, or GQ was a good one. They were comparing it to the Avengers, and I'm like, you can't do that. That's not their street level. Avengers are like high level, heroes, and anybody who knows the Heroes for Hire series and what Luke Cage is all about, that he knows he deals with street level shit. He doesn't deal with a bunch of like the high level Avengers crap. So the expectations were met, I felt.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I still don't know if it's favoritism or what, but I'm just drawn to the Daredevil storylines. And I felt in this one, like Jessica Jones, like seemed to have taken a back seat, which I guess kind of makes sense because, I mean, she's super strong. Cool. But when it comes down to it, you could see it, like her fighting style at times, or like, you can't, what are you going to do against the hand?
She's just Danny like, I'm going to throw this guy.
I know. Danny Rand, man, it's almost like he forgot his training, or he's just not as good as he should be, because there's moments when he uses the fist, it's like, cool. But it's like, dude, even in your own first season, you were still a pretty good martial artist. You were kicking butt as a martial artist. Why are you kind of not so good anymore now that you actually have the fist power?
Right.
That was disappointing at times. And then there were times with the choreography, and it was specifically, I think it was the last episode, and Luke Cage and Daredevil were fighting Elektra, and there was a moment where, like, Luke Cage, big dude, he like paused so that Elektra could set up her move, and I'm like, oh God, guys, this is not good.
Yeah.
And those things stuck out to me at times. But overall, I like the story. I like Daredevil 1. I like Daredevil Season 2. Those are phenomenal. Those are my favorites, and I didn't think this hit that note.
It's weird because I thought about that. Like, I wasn't trying to compare it to Avengers in the sense that the stories need to be the same and it needs to be as action-packed. But I feel like that comparison is the reason that, like you watch Avengers and Age of Ultron, and there are specific scenes where they show the teams working together, but that's also like a big budget green screen special effects machine, whereas this wasn't. So, I mean, you give them that budget, yeah, I bet they could have done some really cool stuff with the way everybody was fighting, but it's just a whole different kind of animal. So at times when I was like, yeah, you know what, it could be better, but you're kind of just... I think they've set our expectations so high, and it's probably a lot easier to have Daredevil go down a hallway kicking the shit out of people than spinning a camera around 4 people and have it make it look concise. I think they should have focused less on fighting together rather than just fighting.
Right. And that's one thing a buddy of mine pointed out is, as I was going on and on about Daredevil, Daredevil's the only one in that group right now that you can put a mask on and anybody could go in there and do the martial arts.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
So, and the others, their faces are exposed, so you can't really do that as easily. And it never occurred to me, and I never really looked at the credits enough to see that, but I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
I didn't think about that either until you just said it, but it's like, yeah, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage especially, like, Luke Cage wants everyone to know he's Luke Cage.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
Right.
he's the only one that's like, hey guys, I'm a lawyer. I can't be doing this shit. Like
Yeah. He's like, I gotta cover my face. Sorry.
yeah,
Sorry.
everyone else is like, why? Who gives a fuck? Like Danny Rand owns a fucking company, and it's like, oh, he's out there punching people in the dick. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, though, I don't know if you guys ever watched Marco Polo. Have you guys watched that on
I
Netflix?
haven't yet.
Netflix
Okay.
tried to force me, but I didn't.
Okay, so I was just like you, Jim. I was very resistant to the fact that I didn't want to watch Marco Polo, but Netflix kept pushing it in front of my face. So I was like,
Yeah.
all right. One day I was just sitting at home. I was like, I'll just watch Marco Polo. It's actually really good. And the funny thing is the choreography and in the fight scenes for Marco Polo is really, really good. So by
That's
the
cool.
by the argument with the argument of saying, the budget is this and the budget is that, Marco Polo had a substantially lower budget, I can guarantee it, than any kind of Marvel production. But these guys put in work. I mean, you've got Michelle Yeoh in there, like kicking people's asses, and like
Hmm.
a bunch of other different characters. I mean, Wong, from the guy who plays Wong in Doctor Strange, he plays
Yeah.
Genghis Khan.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, and he's really good at it too. Really, really good at it.
Oh, that's cool.
So, I mean, I can see that argument, but at the same time, I can see that, it's Marvel. We're gonna make money on this no matter what. So fuck off. That's the kind of, I don't know, feeling that I got from it. I mean, I like seeing Jessica Jones again. I wish she was out for season 2, because she was the only one really putting anything together. Who
Are they?
seemed like
Hold on, they're doing it. They're doing a Jessica Jones season 2.
yeah, I know, but it's been what, 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did say David Tennant's going to make a return, so I don't know if it's going to be
Really?
flashbacks or how they're going to do it. But yeah, he's down to appear in season 2.
It's got to be flashback.
I like how they set that up with her, Alias, and they're going to move forward and go on. But I think that's one of her biggest problems. And honestly, that's one of my bigger problems with the Luke Cage and the Iron Fist is the villain. The villain for Jessica Jones was so
Good.
amazing.
Yeah,
That made the show. Same with Daredevil.
right.
But with Luke Cage, I got real frustrated when they killed what was the first guy? I can't remember his name.
Cottonmouth.
Yeah, when they killed Cottonmouth and then they bring in the other guy, I'm like, wait a minute, you just switched villains on me? What is going on here?
Right.
And I really kind of got taken out of the story when that happened.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
And
with
then
that.
Danny Rand, in my opinion, got lucky or what have you because he used the hand a lot, and Madame Gao, who we already knew and had some association with.
Right.
Her shit was kind of hokey to me when she was fighting because, like, I get what they were trying to do, and like I said, the CGI thing would have made the whole difference here. But like, it was like she's older, but she's super strong, so it was just like force pushing everybody the whole time.
Man, fuck you. Wait till you get old. You see how well you do
I'm
that
old
shit.
now. Everything hurts when I get up.
Oh, screw you, dude. You got two 40-year-olds, man.
I'm-
Fuck it.
But well, like 10 years ahead of me. It's not a.
Just wait, buddy. I can't. Me and Jim were just talking about this. We can't wait for 5 years from now.
For me to get 5
Yeah.
years from now. Oh, dude,
Yeah.
it's. I gotta tell you, it'll be the longest 5 years because everything hurts now. Like I don't. It's fucking. It's. I'm like, what the fuck? How is this happening so soon?
Exactly.
It pisses me off. Meanwhile, my dad, who's like 66, can still fucking run 5 miles in like an hour. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you?
Well, we're not playing, man. We want 2 or 3 kids there for you too.
Yeah,
That helps.
So the one good thing out of the Defenders, though, I would have to say, was the Punisher teaser.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That was cool.
And that's November, right?
Yeah.
I like how they're setting up all the other individual stories too. So we're going to go back to, team up's cool, but everybody gets their own individual story, and obviously the Punisher is going to get his own, which, yeah, it's awesome. I'm super stoked. I don't know what story. Do you know, Patrick? Because I know you're a big Punisher guy. Do you know what story they're going with?
Right now, we're probably gonna do the Punisher's past stories a little bit, like oh god, what's the name of that graph? I have it up on my bookshelf. But Punisher Born, I want to say,
Nice.
was the it was one of the most disturbing graphic novels.
Yeah.
It comes when it comes to the Punisher story because you find out why he's so fucked up.
Is that the one where the cover's like a helmet on a
Yeah,
skull?
yep, that
Okay,
is
yeah,
it.
I remember that. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So I think we're gonna get a little bit of that. I was trying to go through the trailer just to see what bits and pieces we're going to see from it, but it does look like that we may get a little bit of the Punisher Born storyline in that, and if so, that's going to be really cool because Frank's been through some shit, and
Yeah, a little bit.
yeah, just a little bit, and we get to see why he is the way he is, and that was always a big part of his story, and the fact that
That's
he
awesome.
put it away once he stepped off the plane and got home. So I think
And I
that's going to
think
be
telling it in a 10-hour, 12-hour, whatever format, they're going to be able to get it. The movies were all right, but they didn't get it as well.
right.
But I think being to have this much time, and then we already have seen them too, that I think they're just going to nail it.
Yeah, you already see how disturbed Frank is in the Daredevil, appearances. So for a fact that you're going to get a chance to see some real deep dives into his personality and why he is the way he is. So I'm really looking forward to that one. You know, but unfortunately, we have the issue of Disney pulling out of Netflix. So I don't know what that means for the Marvel universe. I mean, has anybody heard about this?
I
Or-
heard something about it. That they were pulling out, but as of right now, it didn't look like any of the Marvel shows were going to be affected immediately because I was under the impression that Disney wanted to do their own streaming service with their own original
Oh,
series and stuff as well. So they were going to do Disney movies plus original programming, maybe sequels to movies or special shows that got canceled, things like that. But I was under the impression, like of the couple articles I read, that it was going to be more family oriented. So I could see the
Yeah,
Punisher safely staying at
yeah,
Netflix.
yeah.
the press
Because
the press release we got was that Lucasfilm, Marvel, and Muppets, those things are not a part of this. It's just Disney taking their literal Disney stuff, the cartoons and their
Yeah.
original programming,
oh, okay.
and putting it on a streaming service. So essentially, if you already have the Disney Channel, Disney XD, whatever, it would be all that content, but on a streaming service.
Wow.
Which I'm down with
That's
because that means you'll get the Guardians cartoon and Spider-Man cartoon and all the other cartoons they're doing. But
Yeah.
Tron, please.
yeah, I definitely don't see him being like, "Do you want to watch Gravity Falls season 3 or Punisher season 2?" Like,
Yeah, no.
probably
Yeah.
a little bit of a
Yeah.
disconnect there.
I
Yeah.
got to put parental controls on Disney. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No, son, you
Exactly.
can't. You can't watch Daredevil season 4.
No, exactly. We don't want to watch Frank
Daredevil,
Discover.
yes. Probably not Punisher, though.
Yeah, definitely not Punisher. Oh man, but I mean, for the most, that's good to hear because I was a little upset on when I first heard it. I didn't read too much. I heard it on the radio, and I was wondering if that was going to affect any of the Marvel stuff since like Marvel's starting to ramp up and move at a really quick pace right now. At least I feel it's at a quicker pace. We have the Ragnarok um, trailer, which looked flipping amazing.
Dude, that
Like
shit looks so fucking good. Like,
I was even shocked. I was expecting to be pumped, but I was like,
not
dude,
like
this
that.
is not like that. I was like, this is pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
dude.
I'll be honest. I love the first one, but the second one was a letdown, in my opinion. So I wasn't expecting much to see that. I was like, damn, this is better than I thought it would be.
Right?
See, I
Right?
enjoyed both, but I have friends that didn't like one or the other or both. So, but everyone I know that has disagreed with it saw this trailer and they're like, "This is what I want to see." So,
Yeah, I like both personally, but it was more so this one because it was we get a Valkyrie apparently.
yeah, that's
Um,
the what's her name? Forgot.
but I thought it was going to be World War Hulk, and I thought it was going to be Hulk's wife, but she's a Valkyrie apparently. And then we get Talking Hulk.
Tessa Thompson is Valkyrie.
Yeah.
She was in Creed.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you too. Like, if you pay attention to the scenes with Jeff Goldblum,
Hmm.
I mean, there's so much Jack Kirby looking characters that is just so cool. Like,
Yeah.
and you know what? The other thing people keep forgetting, like, I feel like people are so stoked on it, but I mean, Doctor Strange is going to be in this movie too.
Yes.
Like, I think
So,
people keep forgetting that.
did you see the Japanese trailer?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so the Japanese trailer has more Doctor Strange in it than the U.S. trailer does.
Oh shit! I'll
There's
check that
a
out.
Yeah, there's an actual Cumberbatch. You can hear him talking to Thor about how jacked up this situation is, and I guess he's the one that helps him find hell on Earth.
Oh,
And that's
what?
yeah. So there's a lot more Doctor Strange, I guess, in the beginning of the movie, and that's where we join up with them and stuff like that. So check out the Japanese trailer if you get a chance. I always love the Japanese trailers because they always show more stuff.
Yeah, because like Japan's just different about that. Like America freaks out over the tiniest little thing. Like, is this
Right.
person gonna be dead in the movie because they said this word? And Japan's just like, dude, this movie looks tight.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Dude, this movie looks tight. End of story. We had the leaked. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see the leaked trailer for Infinity Wars.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
That was
fuck,
good.
that was
that was good too.
dude. I was trying to like explain to somebody, and like it's because I have friends that enjoy the Avengers movies and enjoy Daredevil, and like it's cool, and it's cool that they're entertained by that. But I was trying to like explain to somebody that I was like watching that Infinity War trailer, and you
Hmm.
guys will get it because you've been reading for most of your lives. It's
Right.
one of those things that like growing up, you were like, man, wouldn't it be cool if they did a movie? And like, even if they did a movie, would it be good? And you just see this, and you've seen their track record, and you're like, holy shit! Like we're actually getting to that point. Like
Yeah,
we're
they're gonna pull it off. They're gonna pull it off. That's what I kept thinking to myself. It's like they're actually gonna pull this off.
well, and even if you look at the difference between that trailer and the Justice League trailer, like the Avengers trailer, you're getting that Thanos is here and he's getting ready to fuck things up and everybody's coming together. Whereas the Justice League trailer, it's just Bruce Wayne like, hey, we need to go fight a thing that I'm not naming for any fucking reason. And then like the new one, it's like, oh shit, we have to put Wonder Woman in here. So here she is fighting like she's stopping a bank robbery that has
Right.
nothing to do. That's probably like her introduction scene, and they just put it in the trailer because they're like, "Hey, did you enjoy Wonder Woman? Here's Wonder Woman."
Yeah. Yeah.
and that
Exactly.
also shows you the contrast is when they first announced Guardians of the Galaxy. Everybody's like, all right, cool, whatever, but it was a throwaway movie. This is not the streamlined main spine of what Marvel wanted to do. But then the
Right.
popularity of Guardians, especially the second one, it's like, wow, we really need to incorporate this more kind of fan service, but at the same time, people really want this.
Right.
So Marvel listened and they did it.
Right.
DC, on the other hand, how many times can they get the idea that, hey, your movies suck, and they're just now kind of turning the boat around? It's like, you guys are the worst.
Look. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I hate to get political and stuff like that, but DC movie universe is more like the Trump presidency. It sounds. I mean, it is so fucked up and dysfunctional, and they're just spouting off in different directions. You have a scripted version of what
And
the
then,
DC
and
movie,
then the ad lib version.
and then the ad-lib version. It's like, okay, which one of these two should we fucking believe? And then, a perfect example was like the whole Batman standalone, announcement. It's going to be in it. Scripted version. It's not. Was it Warner Brothers came up to me and told me that it's not going to be in the actual, extended universe. Oh, I was just kidding. Twitter. I'm just kidding. It's actually in the. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if you guys saw this, but it looks like The Rock is out of Shazam at the moment.
Mm.
So
Can't
I'm
say
not.
that.
I'm not surprised. He may have been because he's making a lot of smart decisions. He may have been like, guys, you can't get your shit together. I got a lot of other great things going on. I'm out.
He also might be running for president, so there is that as well.
Oh, please,
Yeah,
please.
Fuck.
yeah, exactly. So with that decision, that doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, if you look at, I mean, I really hate comparing it to this presidency that's going on right now, but Jesus, dude,
You're not wrong.
I know. I mean, it just. I like to keep my politics and comics separate, but jeez, man, it's
Patrick, I think you nailed it because if you'll remember, we were at Comic-Con. I think it was right after Man of Steel, or no, they were celebrating 75 years of Superman, and they had
okay.
all the,
Hmm.
the uniforms out or the
Right,
costumes out,
right.
and they announced like unbeknownst to anybody, they're just like, and Batman versus Superman movie, and we're all like, holy
Holy
crap,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing! But then over the next couple months and years, we're like, they had no plans.
yeah,
All they did was announce the title of a movie, which changed, but
right.
they announced this title and they had zero plans. And that is exactly what Trump has done this whole time.
I love that was a roundabout. Brought it all the way back around for that.
Yeah,
Welcome to
yeah,
Nerdlocker. Just kidding. It's political
yeah.
locker.
For
That was good though.
Have to be.
grab him by
Well,
the pussy. So
Well, that might be the only promise he lived up to, actually.
well, I just like you even look at how it all started, and at first you're thinking, "Oh, cool, they're gonna have this figured out," and then they literally just keep. Like I was talking to somebody about it, and I'm like, I would prefer to have a 5 year gap of no DC movies. Just fucking don't
right.
do anything. Just stop. I mean, Justice League's gonna come out. They have 2 parts filmed already. End it
Hmm.
there, and then just wait like 5 years. Just let it be left alone, and
Right.
start fresh. Like spend 5 years really writing it and figuring it out, rather than just sitting on it or just shitting something out and being like, okay, cool, here you go.
Picking
Because
at a scab.
it's yeah, it's getting to the point like, fuck, okay, cool. Like, of course I want to see a Justice League movie, but I want it to be good. I don't want to look back in like 10, 15 years and watch it and be like, Jesus Christ, this is fucking awful. Like,
Well, I think that might be the turning point because I've never really seen this. The executives at Warner Brothers saw the Justice League movie, the Zack Snyder
they're
version,
like, get the
before
fuck out of my office.
they said it's unwatchable. And it's
Ah,
like, oh my God, if they're saying that, because
Yeah,
no matter how much we dislike Dawn of Justice, Suicide Squad, they made money.
right.
So the studio just sees that and like, all right, cool, we got money. But for the executives to come out and be like, oh my God, this movie's awful. And I know Zack Snyder had some tragedies and he
Right.
stepped away. But to have Joss Whedon come in and essentially reshoot this movie to make it make sense and take out big characters like Lex Luthor and from what I heard, a tease of Darkseid, it's like, wow, that's huge. That's
Right.
big for a vehicle as big as this movie should be.
Well, I mean, it makes you feel any better. Like Warner Brothers is not too far from here, from where I live here in LA, and I constantly see job offerings
it's
at
just a
Warner Brothers
dumpster fire.
at Warner Brothers DC. Now, this is like DC Warner Brothers headquarters in Burbank, and I keep telling myself, I would apply. I mean, if you want to apply for the job, but what would you do if you were inside and you were like watching this mayhem going on? I mean, I keep referring to that meme where that guy walks around slapping people because that would be me. And like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Get this, and like, do you read comics? Do you even actually look at the comics, or do you just look at the pictures?
They look at the pictures, and that's the difference too. Is like, and as far as saying like 10 years down the line, Iron Man's like, isn't it 10 years old now? Aren't we 10 years into the Marvel
Yeah,
universe?
almost.
That movie's still great. Like,
Yeah, it still
yeah,
stands
it's
up.
9 years old, and it's still a great movie. So why don't you just look at what the thing is they're taking their own take on it,
Hmm.
but they're still making us the fans happy. They're still doing
Right.
nods. Not There's a difference between a nod and a fucking cameo, and I feel
Yeah.
like that's what DC is cameo. Even the shit with Flash in the grocery store and
Right.
Aquaman and the ship. It's like, this is unnecessary. You're just trying
Yeah.
to like. It's all
Completely unnecessary.
flash, no substance.
Yeah, it was completely unnecessary, as opposed to their TV production side, which actually gets it right, even though Arrow's kind of jumped the shark for me. Um, but
I'm
like,
so far behind on Arrow.
yeah,
I
I
didn't. I thought
stopped.
last season was good. The season before sucked, but last season wasn't bad.
Oh, really? I just
Yeah.
stopped. I stopped watching it. But their television production side seems to be on the ball for the most part, and then as opposed to the
I want to give a quick shout out to our friend Tony Isabella in little old Medina, Ohio. His original creation, Black Lightning, will be on the CW coming mid-season replacement. And
nice.
then he's going to be doing a six-story arc, an original, brand new six-story arc for DC, Black Lightning story.
Hell yeah,
Nice.
dude. That trailer looks great too, man. I really think CW is getting the hang of the TV show stuff. Like,
Mm-hmm.
It's so embarrassing because I still have it in my mind that CW is like teeny bopper crap.
or like
But that's
UPN,
like,
yeah,
I
like
think that's the
Smallville.
network I watch more than anything else, other than like HBO. Is I watch CW.
Yeah,
It's embarrassing.
it is embarrassing, Jim. You should be embarrassed. Um,
Dude, actually, I've had several people tell me Riverdale is worth watching, and I'm like, shut up, and they're like, no, dude, I'm not kidding. It's actually pretty good. So
I haven't done that one yet.
I haven't
yeah,
either, but everyone is telling me good things about it.
I don't know. Man,
Patrick's like, nah, fuck you. You have lame friends, Brandon.
yeah. I have to,
Whatever.
oh,
Patrick hasn't seen it.
hard pass, hard pass. But speaking of other like things, I'm gonna have to pass on is gonna be actually that Joker. Have you heard about the Joker film?
Isn't
The,
Scorsese like producing it or something?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, the
And
Joker.
Todd Phillips of The Hangover fame is directing.
But now what they're talking about is it's not going to be Jared Leto's Joker. It's going to be an Elseworld origin story of the Joker.
Right.
And actually, when I went to Maximum the other day, I was talking to Chaz, and Chaz heard that they were going to go with like the current idea where there are three Jokers. I don't know if you guys are reading and you saw that,
Uh,
but
Huh.
there's a
really?
yeah when
So
Batman gets on the was it the Mobius chair?
yeah,
Yeah.
He asks who the Joker is, and it pings, and he's like, "That's impossible." And afterwards, he reveals that the chair told him it's been three different people.
yeah. The that
I think they started setting that up in the New 52, didn't they?
They a little after. This is more towards the end of it.
No. I thought they started setting something up where it was more than one dude, or he was like eternal. Because right before he had that final fight where the cave collapsed on him and the Joker, I thought he had sat on the bench and we learned a little bit more about the Joker, almost like a Lazarus pit or something, that he kept coming back.
I see. They do that with the end of Snyder's run. With
Okay,
well,
you
not
thought that's
not
good.
the end of Snyder. The end of Snyder's run is Bruce Wayne before Gordon takes over.
Yeah.
Where they like land. It's revealed in that Bruce and the Joker fell into this basically healing pit.
Right.
That's why the Joker had
That's
his face back and all that.
that's the one I was talking about.
Yeah. But that's all it was. It wasn't pushed past that. But I'm confused because you saw him healed in that, and if you guys are reading Metal right now, the event,
I haven't started
the
yet.
the casting in the Forge, they show the Joker, and he's the Joker. He's not normal or fixed or whatever. So
Mhm.
I don't know. As long as it's interesting, but I prefer the Joker being that character that you don't know
Who he
where he came
is?
from. Like I don't need to know. That's what makes him better. Is like you can't figure out what pushes him.
Well, see, here's my problem. After I read the article, was it Bloodlust or somewhere? I forgot the name of the actual site, but after I read the article about it, and they're talking about Martin Scorsese producing it, and this is where it's fucked up. Is I kept thinking about the fucking Departed, and I was like, Jack Nicholson playing the Joker again. Like at the end of the film, we're gonna get a Jack Nicholson Joker from the Departed, and that was
That
it.
would
Like,
with Scorsese, I'd be down for that.
yeah, and but that's the only thing that kept forcing itself into my head. Like it was like hard boiled, street level Joker story, and I'm like, I keep seeing Jack Nicholson, like, and maybe a young Matt Damon as Joker as a young man, and then he ends up being Jack Nicholson's Joker from '89 Batman. So I'm gonna have to pass on that one as well. I can't do it. I don't think I can do it.
Well, and then with the Joker news, isn't there a they're no longer doing Gotham City Sirens, which would have still been
Been
a
awesome.
see. I think it would have been a fucking disaster. Like,
You think so?
you have no base for any of these characters. You're just shitting out like, here's Poison Ivy and Catwoman for the fuck of it.
Yeah.
Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. So now we're gonna get Joker and Harley Quinn with Jared Leto and Margot Robbie. And don't
Well, wait a minute, you forgot a point. This means that the Gotham City Sirens will lose out on the director of the Academy Award-winning Suicide Squad, David Ayer.
that movie.
Sorry, that was a long way to get to
Yes.
Academy Award winning.
Right.
Suicide
I
Squad.
always forget. I remember watching it, and I'm like, they just won an Academy fucking award. Like,
Wow.
that movie's forever an Academy Award-winning movie. Like, fucking, you
Wow.
can't. It's like Trump is our president. You can't undo it. It's fucking there in the history books forever.
Yeah, you can try to block it out, but as much as you
But
can,
it's
you have
still there. You look it up.
instances like this, and all of a sudden, yeah, they won an Academy Award.
And the sad thing is, I wasn't like, okay, I think Heath Ledger was an amazing Joker, like truly fantastic.
Mhm.
I didn't think Jared Leto was awful as the Joker. I'm
Right.
curious what they're going to do with this movie. But again, it's from DC Warner Brothers, so I really have a hard time getting into it because they can't do anything right yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, they did Wonder Woman. But other than that, it's like, I don't know, you guys. You have to prove it to me first.
Yeah, they have a lot. They have a lot to prove. I mean, let's be honest. They do. They have a lot to. Especially with. I mean, Jared Leto wasn't my favorite Joker by any means, but I thought Robbie's portrayal of Harley was actually halfway
I thought she
decent.
was great. I thought she was so good. I thought Leto's Joker sucked ass. Like, yeah,
Really?
not that he's not a good actor. He's a fucking incredible actor. He's a really, really good actor. But I
Right.
just didn't like the I don't know what it was. It was the fact that he really loved her bugged the shit out of me. Like,
Right.
it,
Right.
to me too, it's like I get Harley is different now because she's popular, so they're trying to make her less victim and more, anti-hero than villain. But it's just like the whole thing that even makes it cool that she's come past that is her fucking terrible past with the Joker.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's kind of always been the biggest piece to it, right?
Exactly. Like, I'd almost prefer to see her, get treated like a piece of shit and then be like, you know what, I don't need that, rather than like, we're in love and this is crazy. Look at us robbing banks. Like, fuck, I don't give a shit. I don't know. That's where I land on that. But
Well, I mean, it's interesting that you talk about Wonder Woman because, in our opinion, I think we can all agree that Wonder Woman was an awesome movie, right? I mean, everybody
Oh yeah,
liked
I
Wonder
think
Woman.
I
Right.
thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I definitely think there was problems, but I thought it was a really good movie.
I loved everything except for the last like 15 minutes, just because the Ares fight left a bad like Batman Superman taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
But dude, when she takes the town, holy shit, that was fucking.
that was pretty dope.
Oh god, because she's just like, why is everyone standing here? Let's go get it. And I was like,
Right,
you can't
right.
just do that. And she's like, fucking watch me, assholes.
Yeah, and that I mean, and Jim as an editor, did you catch the editing mistake at the end of the movie for Wonder Woman?
You mean when she
uh,
just kind of like jumps off a building and fucking into nothing?
No. So if you check out the end of the movie when she stabs old boy through the fucking gut, right,
Uh-huh.
and it's on the roof of the watchtower or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and then all of a sudden she jumps back down, and she doesn't have a sword. They cut to another scene where he's inside, where they do the whole inside-outside mirror effect, where
Yeah.
Yeah.
he steps outside, the sword's on her back.
Oh, really?
gee.
Because she goes
Yeah.
back up to
Did not
get the
know.
sword, like, but it's
Right, but it's a disconnect because you think she just goes out the door, and it's
yeah,
like,
and then it's like, let me come back in here and get my
yeah.
like that's what I'm doing.
I know I'm terrible
I
for
thought
it,
that
but
was weird. It was weird too because everyone was like, "What a twist!" And I was like, I didn't think it was a twist. I just thought it was like unnecessary. Like, oh, he's the bad guy. My bad. Because there wasn't anything like, is he Ares? They like make it look like he's Ares. You know what I mean?
Oh,
right.
dude, that's the guy from Dragonheart, and he's always a bad guy to me. I don't care what he's in.
Yeah.
He
Uh,
just looks like the bad guy.
the actual guy who was Ares, or the first guy
Yeah.
she thought was Ares and killed.
No, no, no. The British dude.
Yeah.
Can't remember his name.
Of course I can't.
Yeah,
Ron Weasley's dad.
Yeah,
yeah, the older.
that's what I was viewing.
No, no, what was his name? Dude, now you make me look it up.
Oh,
David Thewlis, Sir Patrick.
Okay.
yeah, David. I can't pronounce that. You know me. I can't do
Same
that.
thing. But he was long time ago. He was in the
No,
Dragonheart
he's not
movie,
Ron
and he was
Weasley's dad. Uh, he's not Ron Weasley's
I
dad.
know, I know.
no, no, but
He plays Lupin.
yeah, he's in Harry
Lupin.
Potter. But
Yeah.
He's
he
in
was
Harry Potter.
in Dragonheart. He was a snotty, bratty kid who got the heart, and then he screwed over Sean
Yep.
Connery's dragon.
Yeah, I remember
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I remember that. Oh
Yeah,
man, showing our age. Nice, Jim. Nice.
it's a classic.
Not so much, dude. We just saw it in the theaters. Um, but yeah, you have these female characters in like the Robbie, Harley Quinn, and then like sirens and things of that nature, and then you got like your boy James Cameron talking shit about Wonder Woman. Well, not so much talking shit. He's like, did you guys hear about that comment that he made about
He said it's like an
step
anti.
backwards?
Yeah, fuck you, dude. Fucking.
Yeah.
You know what? Stop making Avatar, okay? Fuck it, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, I'm okay with just one avatar. I don't need more.
Yeah, you're done. Fucking call it a day.
I don't know. It's kind of weird the way that not Marvel, way that DC's going with all this. I mean, they can't seem to get this shit together. They can't seem to, even when they have good characters, they don't know when to uh, uh, focus on them. Like, it would have been dope just to see a Harley Quinn movie. Tell you the truth, I would have been okay with that.
I
Origin story.
origin story I'd be cool with, but like her as a
Standalone, not no.
no. Give me an origin story. That's fine. Margot Robbie's great too. Like she's great as Harley Quinn. It was so good, but I just don't like the I don't know, the love aspect of it.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, if in a perfect world we have the Marvel, we have the DC characters that we have right now, right? Which one out of the groups that we have would you rather see them focus on first? We've done Batman to death. Chris Nolan is like, laughing his ass off right now. He's like, "Ha
Right?
ha! I finished mine trilogy.
Well, and
Suck it."
everybody thought Dark Knight Rises was so terrible, and now these come out, and they're like, you know what? That's not a bad movie. Like,
Right. But
in
I like
comparison,
Dark
it's
Knight.
not bad.
I did too.
I thought it was a great cap to a trilogy. It was
Oh, you and
like
me
a
both.
perfect trilogy.
I completely agree.
But
Um, I don't know, man. I think you could do a lot with. I mean, the Flash TV show is doing amazing right now, so
yeah,
maybe don't focus a movie franchise on him as
right.
well.
I would have left it. I would agree with you. I would leave Flash out of it. I mean, me personally, and I know this is going to sound stupid, but I would have rather them reboot and redo Green Lantern.
That's who I was gonna say was Green Lantern.
I'm gonna have to
Like
go slightly different and go with Aquaman. I want to see what they do with Aquaman, not necessarily with whatever they're building in Justice League, but I love Aquaman with the Jeff Johns run,
okay.
and I love Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
I can't remember who's playing Mira.
What was the shit? Oh,
She's,
Amber was it? Hold on, was it Amber
I
Heard?
like her too. So it's like if they could do that, not Zack Snyder style.
Amber Heard is Mara.
Okay.
There we go. See, if they could do something with that that's not Zack Snyder like, I'd be pretty excited.
Well, it's cool because you think about you could do Green Lantern and you could do Aquaman and you don't have to have them fucking hang out on
screen.
Earth or land. You know what I mean? Like you can have it
Yeah.
all in space. Like you can have him be a fucking fighter pilot and then get thrown into space and do that shit, and then he can come back to Earth where the heroes are there and established.
Right.
Or you can have Aquaman be this outsider under the water doing all his shit with Atlantis, and then bring in everybody else.
Well, see,
Have they made any announcements about Green Lantern?
No, I thought they canceled everything.
I don't think they canceled it. But see, here's my thing. This is my logic behind Green Lantern. So, like, the Lantern Corps is basically the police force of the universe, right? So, we have Darkseid come into the DC universe, in the cinematic universe, fucking up shit left and right. You've got him, kicking the shit out of Batman and Superman and all these other people. If you would have reestablished the Lantern Corps as a whole, that could be your tie-in right there, to come in.
100%.
And how dope would that be? That would be like the not so much the Nova Corps because they didn't even have a big role in Marvel, but you can have them come in and be that supporting cast, group to helping out the Earth defend themselves against Darkseid. But because they didn't turn around and they didn't do it. I mean, the original movie was so close to being
good.
Good, yeah. They were so close to being good because they had all the right people except for Ryan Reynolds. I don't believe Ryan Reynolds is a good Hal Jordan, but
I like Chris Pine would have made a great Hal Jordan.
Chris Pine, I think I have to agree with you on that one. Chris Pine would have been an awesome Hal Jordan. Chris Pine. Who was the other one they were floating around for the longest time? Oh shit! Oh man, Serenity.
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion, thank you.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, Nathan Fillion was floating around, but he got fat.
Here's the long con, Patrick. That's how they're gonna end Justice League. Is how Ryan Reynolds is gonna fly back in with the Green Lantern Corps, and he's gonna be like, "You nerds didn't realize it was all connected."
Yeah, that would be awesome. But at the same time, it's I don't know. I think that's where they screwed up. So I don't know. I think there was possibilities. There was a good chance here and there, but I think DC may have screwed the pooch, and there's no telling when they'll be able to right the ship.
I just feel bad for like I don't know their names, but the guy who's playing Cyborg and the one who's playing Flash. It's like, yes, we made it. How awesome! We get this. And it's like, yeah, we're gonna cancel this shit because we suck.
Yeah. Well, I like how it's like Cyborg, the 3/4 robot man looks at Batman and he's like, "You're real?" Like, dude, are you real? You're a fucking robot person.
Exactly.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah, okay.
All right, guys. Well, that is going to do it for this week. Thank you for listening. Make sure to like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Subscribe to the podcast. So that's going to do it. Talk to you guys soon. Until then, everybody have a nerdy week.